So, hi everybody and welcome back. This is a C++ tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 34. In this video, we will do an exercise and let's get started. So, first of all, here are all things what we learned so far. Here are the keywords and here are some other things what we learned while we learned these keywords along. So, and this you should all know. If not, just watch online them or just type in online these words and you will find their explanation, because right now you just need a reminder because we already talked about them. And let's go to the exercise. In this exercise, I prepared here a little starting text, just the start point. And in this point, I write this comment here and I said what we are going to create. So I said, and I will try to explain you so you understand what you have to do. So there are two friends and they played a round-based game 10 times. Okay, so two friends are playing a game and this game has 10 rounds so far. So good. And then every round, they get a score in number points. I write here this in number points because we won't use numbers here and points. And you can decide if you use their int or float. That's up to you. And then even if they lose, they get still points. And that's very important. So both get points still. So, and then I said the winner will be who get the most points compared to each round. And what I mean with that is every round they get points, but we have then compare every round who got more points, and that's very easy actually. And then we calculate them together and the winner will be who get in the end the most points. And then here I wrote an extra thing for understanding that a game can be a little bit different. Also, there are games in which you can lose and still get more points than the winner. This is just as that this makes a little bit more sense. For example, you can still lose. There are really games where the other wins just by staying in the corner and waiting that the time goes off and doing nothing, and then they get no points. But there is one who fight all time and do all things, get much points, but during the game he dies, for example, and is not a loser, but he dies. So what that I mean with this one here. All right, we have understand that, very good. And then we have to do print on screen the winner with his points compared to the other. So what this exercise is means we are now, you can think about this, we are now a part of a game development, right? So a little bit, and we will print out this winning screen. Our job is in this game development to print out also first of all to get the scores, make the lists, compare them, calculate the values, and then we have to print out on screen the winners compared to each other. So that's the exercise which we have to do. So, and here I give you some informations, and this is not perfect. I make it randomly, but you can make it better, I hope. I just say we start all time then what we define and so on. And this time I let it open. You can define it how you like, but I give you some informations here. Let's get started. First of all, what you can do, we have here two friends player, round base, 10 games, which means you want, first of all, let's say enter names of the player, for example, enter name of the player, and then you have their names. Then you can go for let's say I want the player names. Because I want is all time a good start. I want the player names, and then you convert this one. We know how to get them. Then I want the player scores. Yes, because then you have to get the scores, and then you can say I want create when we get the scores, we are already create this list here automatically. I want compare the scores each line. Then we have this one, for example, so we compare them each line, and then you can say I want what you want then, and then after you compare them each lines, I want calculate the points, for example. And that must be not perfect, right? This is just randomly throw in and later change it, because that's why it's called development. We change it later, add it and delete it. Let's continue a little bit. That's what I said here. I want calculate the points. Yes, and we have here calculated the points. The winner will be who get the most points compared to each other. Yes, I want calculated points. When I calculate the points, I will compare this anyway. Let's write it anyway here. Perhaps we delete this comment here. I want compare them to each other and compare them to each other here. And the last step, I want print them out. I want print out the winner. This one is already a very crap start, but very good start at the same time, because it is crap. It is probably not accurate because I made this very fast, but it is still good because that's called a prototype. You just throw in, and when you start, then you change this also a little bit, right? Because then you think again, because this one says I want player names, yes, and then you can compare these steps then to each other if this makes sense, and then you will add here and delete here. So I think with that said, the exercise is set up, and very important, try to make it from scratch. So not here, really start from int main and then add this kind of stuff later when you really need them, and create a program. Because this one, what you are going to do now is really you are developing, let's say you are a part of a game development, and they say here, please may you make this part here. You just calculate the winner and print it on the screen. That's your part. It's absolute later it will be not like this, but we are simulating a little bit and training. That's very important. Train, and later we are good when we are there. So that's said, and I say good luck, and in the next video we will solve this and try to use many of the things what you learned here, because that's the reason why we make this exercise, actually, not to learn just these keywords. We want to learn to use them in an exercise, in a program where it's needed, really. So here you concentrate, not more. Also, when you make an exercise, that's very important, perhaps to mention. When you make an exercise, try not to concentrate so much on keywords anymore. I hope you know most of them. Try to concentrate solving this problem, this task. This is the real key feature here to learn, because these keywords you are using automatically then. Because you say, when you try to solve this one, you say which keyword is useful for that, and then you check all perhaps, and then say, okay, I can use that for that, and then that for that, and that, and so on, right? Try to use thinking more at this place, and I say now good luck if I have not confused you too much, and bye.